Hi, I'm Chris. Welcome back to FRAG-MENTAL. Hope you're doing really well. Thank you for choosing to tune in to my channel. Now, have you chosen to tune in because you like getting huge, massive, life-changing compliments on your fragrance? Well, maybe that doesn't happen so often, but we can get compliments from our fragrances and it's always nice when it happens. In this video, I've chosen some fragrances that have gotten me some positive attention in the past and I'm going to tell you all about them. Stay tuned. I get it, not everyone likes a compliment video. Some people think you're selling out to the YouTube algorithm and they're absolutely correct because these compliment getting videos, they always do really well and they're kind of fun. You got to take them with a pinch of salt. They are slightly tongue-in-cheek, but it is not a myth that you can get compliments on your fragrance. It does happen, and I get that not everybody is bothered about having a compliment on their fragrance. They like to wear them for themselves, but it's always nice when we get a compliment. And then there are some people who just want to wear fragrances to get compliments, to find a partner, to find someone to love in life, to find someone who will fall in love with their fragrance and then by proxy fall in love with them, and they will live happily ever after with that beautiful person. So if that appeals to you, I'm not going to guarantee that's going to happen. Like I said, none of these fragrances are going to change your life. But if you are in the right situation, if the perfect storm happens for a compliment to occur on your fragrance, if the person likes the fragrance you're wearing for starters, if that person is confident enough to give you a compliment. Not everyone is confident enough in giving someone a compliment on their fragrance, particularly here in the UK. I don't think it's done that often, but sometimes the planets align and we can get compliments on our fragrance. And I've got a couple of stories I'm going to tell you about in this video where I've had some huge compliments on these fragrances, so let's get into it. Quick disclaimer, I can't guarantee any of these fragrances are 100% going to get you compliments, but these are fragrances I've had some luck with in the past, and if any fragrances are potentially going to get you compliments, it's these. I'm going to kick things off with one of my most complimented designer fragrances. This is an absolute stunner from one of my favorite brands. It's Tom Ford's Ombre leather. This just gets lots of positive attention. I'm quite surprised because its companion fragrance, I would say, is Tuscan leather. It smells quite similar. It's doing that fruity leather thing, although this one is certainly more mass appealing. It's perhaps just a little more rounded, a little smoother, maybe even a little creamier. I've told this story before, but one evening I put on Tuscan leather and my wife said I'd be pretty happy if you never wore that fragrance again. Gutted because I love it. So whenever I'm in the mood for some fruity leather, then I'll go for this one. I used to wear this when I worked in the gym as a personal trainer, and several of my colleagues would mention that they really liked this. It's got a really nice scent trail. People would know where I was in the gym by following the smell of ombre leather. So I was told several times that this was a really nice fragrance, and I was like, yeah, I know. This is one of those fragrances that strikes that perfect balance of being very satisfying for the wearer. Even if you're heavily into fragrances, this is one that will scratch that itch for you, but also it's mass appealing enough to be liked by people around you, especially personal trainers. So if you've got a personal trainer that you're sweet on, ombre leather plus squats equals, where am I going with this? Compliments plus hard glutes. The next one is not a designer fragrance, although I think it's probably cheaper than this designer fragrance from Alexandria Fragrances. It's Royal Equestrian. This is some good stuff, and I've had one of my best compliments on this fragrance. This is an inspiration of Parfum de Marly's Leighton. It's sweet, it's spicy, very satisfying to wear, but also very mass appealing. And this is strong stuff. I think this is stronger than Leighton. The projection on this is crazy. The huge compliment I got on this fragrance, again, I was at work, I was in the gym, and a different colleague, a fitness class instructor, was just having a chat with me, and she just mentioned how much she loved my fragrance. This was not a polite, oh, Chris is into fragrances type of compliment. This is, what are you wearing? Because I'm loving it. I could tell she was really into this fragrance. She was asking me all about it. She said it was just the perfect smell for a man. So I've subsequently worn quite a lot of this. And by the way, ignore the presentation because Alexandria have changed up their presentation. It is now more like this. This, by the way, is not Royal Equestrian. This is Cacao Dreams, which is another beautiful fragrance that will probably get you a lot of compliments. There's a few from Alexandria that will do that for you. But yeah, this is the new presentation. If you buy Royal Equestrian, it will now come in one of these newer bottles. If you've not checked it out and you like compliments, I would definitely give this one a go. Absolute banger. Cameron from Carolina Fragrance Reviews has a fragrance brand. It's called Coastal Carolina Parfums. His first release was called 26 Elixir, which was a beautiful, sweet tobacco fragrance. There's some rum in there right up my street. By the way, another beautifully done, mass-appealing fragrance. But the fragrance I'm talking about in this video is his newest release, which is called Southern Peach Tea. It's exactly what you would expect. It's peachy, it's refreshing, it's super sweet, it's a little bit creamy, there's some fig in here. Really gorgeously done fragrance. I wasn't expecting something of this quality when I sprayed it. It's got a lovely addictive creaminess to it, and a lot of fragrances that are potentially going to get you positive attention, that might get you some compliments. If you find them addictive, that's always a good sign that other people around you are going to really enjoy them, and this is certainly addictive. It's got a very piercing sweetness. It doesn't smell like Ultramel, but in the same way that that has that very piercingly sweet pear note that gets noticed, that gets attention. That is going to happen with Southern Peach Tea. My wife loved this. Every time I'd spray it, she was like, yeah, that is a good one. Southern Peach Tea is available, but I say that, it's sold out of this 50ml size, so it's been a big hit for Cameron, and I'm really pleased for him. I think there are still some 15mls left, so I'll leave a link to his website if you're interested in checking this one out. Really good for the summer because of that refreshing sweetness, but this one has the potential to get you some all year round positive attention. If you love fragrance as much as I do, head over to my online store, luxparfum.co.uk. You'll find my favourite brands, plus brands you can't find anywhere else in the UK. Link is in the description. The next one is a brand that's pretty new to me, but I am massively impressed. The brand is called Sora, and this fragrance is Mandorle. This is gourmand heaven. Chocolate, almond, caramel, but it doesn't make you just smell like a dessert. Although, is there anything that wrong with smelling like a dessert if people want to eat you? I guess that's a compliment. But this one is sexy as well as sweet. Also very impressed with the performance. If these fragrances are projecting well, obviously they're more likely to be smelled by those around you, and then you're more likely to get some potential compliments. I'm not always about the presentation, but I am just going to take a quick minute to show you this because I think it's great. The bottle just sits inside the box, and look at that bottle. It's a sturdy little fella with a marble effect cap and the logo on top. Really nice presentation. Love that. Because this one is so new to me, I have not yet had any real world compliments, although I think if I wear this enough, I probably will at some point. I am so impressed with this fragrance and with the whole brand of Sora in general. I approached them and asked if I could sell them on my website, Lux Parfums. So there you go. If you are interested in checking out Mandorle, any of the Sora fragrances, then head over to Lux Parfum. I will leave a link down below for you. We are selling discovery sets. There's a limited number available. So if you want to check out the brand, if you want to discover something new, Sora are exclusively available in the UK via my website, Lux Parfum. I'm going to finish this video with a fragrance that I have most recently worn and had a huge compliment. This is one of those compliments that you totally don't expect, but when it happens, it just feels really good. The fragrance I'm talking about is from UK brand Soma Parfums. This house has been put together by Dan, aka Fragrance Weirdo, on Instagram. You might know him, he's very active in the Facebook groups. This is rum, cinnamon, honey, tobacco. I also get heliotrope almondy vibes from this. There's none of that listed, but pick a little bit of that up. But this is so good. Let me tell you about my compliments. So I walked into a pub, sounds like the start of a joke, doesn't it? A man walks into a pub. I was wearing this at the weekend. I was going into a pub for dinner with my family, and I'd sprayed this on maybe about half an hour before, and I walked up to the bar to introduce myself, to say I'd arrived and that I'd reserved a table, and the barmaid almost stopped me mid-sentence, and she just went, "What's that smell? It's so good." And I said, I'm pretty sure it's me. I've just sprayed this fragrance on. And she was like, "Oh, it's sweet and spicy. Oh, it's great. I love it." And then she almost got a little bit lost for words because I don't think she was used to articulating how much she enjoyed a fragrance that someone else was wearing. So I sort of jumped in and said, yeah, I know the dude who makes it. He's done a really good job. It's a great brand. And she just looked at me and she just went, "It's good." Compliments like that don't happen very often, just completely unsolicited from a stranger when you walk into a pub. But it happened, and that sort of cemented what I think about this fragrance that it's a beautiful fragrance to wear, but it's very mass appealing, really well blended, fantastic performance because obviously she smelled it as soon as I walked into the pub. I'm going to do another presentation shout out for Soma because we've had a recent upgrade, beautiful box, magnetic flap on the side, and then the fragrance is just sitting nicely nestled in there. New label on the front, new cap. It is all looking absolutely gorgeous. Nice work, Soma. If you want to impress young ladies in bars with the scent that you're wearing, then check out Soma Halcyon. And also do check out the rest of the brand because they've got some absolute bangers. They're a fairly new brand, they've definitely come out all guns blazing, and Halcyon is a big weapon. Links down below. There we go, compliments galore with these bad boys. Obviously not guaranteed, but I think you're going to stand a good chance. If there are any fragrances that are potentially going to get you compliments, it's any of these that I've talked about in this video. What do you think of these? Have you tried them? I'm sure loads of you must have tried Royal Equestrian. Let me know what you think of these fragrances. And also, can you give me some recommendations of other fragrances that have got you massive compliments? You know, fragrances that you can put on and know that the likelihood of you getting a compliment is pretty high. Put them down in the comments. I would love to hear from you because if I don't own them, I think I might be picking them up. I hope you liked this video. Hit like if you did, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you do all that, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.